Yo, this is crazy, dude. Wow. Yeah, if y'all haven't probably heard this by now, kind of breaking news. You can see here Taxstone sentenced to 35 years. Now, I'm going to go by YouTube's rules here. But if you don't understand what it says here, for the use of a firearm and ending another man's life at Irving Plaza. This is crazy, yo. Yeah, let's get into this and I'll break it down and get my opinion of it, of course. Now, I'll go ahead and just give a little summary of Taxstone for some of those who might not know who he is, because he was kind of popping back in the like early 2010s. So it's not crazy if you don't know who exactly he is. Um, he was kind of one of the OGs in the podcast space back when podcasts wasn't really a thing at all. Like back in like I'll say early 2010s. He tapped into a niche of like kind of hip hop street podcasts. I mean, no one around that time was doing that. Of course, you had like Joe Rogan. Was kind of the guy leading the forefront of the podcast world back when nobody was doing it back then. But Taxstone, he had a podcast called Tax Season, and he kind of, led the forefront of like the urban street podcast world back then, which kind of, basically he was the dude who walked so $1 million worth of game and Drink Champs could run type thing. So he's an OG in that. Got to give him his props. Legendary hip hop podcaster. Salute to him, definitely. Anyway, let's get into the summary of what happened exactly. Um, so basically, for those of you who don't know, basically a long story short, because even when I was trying to find out information about this, it got kind of confusing. I kind of want to know a little bit of it. So basically, what happened? Now, Tax Stone and Troy Ave have always been kind of beefing and feuding online on Twitter. I've seen tweets all the way back from like 2000, 10 to 12. It seems like, if I'm not mistaken, Troy Ave was kind of the aggressor here, like the troll, always just poking at Taxstone, calling him corny, wag, yada yada, on some trolling stuff. And then Taxstone kind of fed into it, just calling him stuff back. And then it was kind of like a little ongoing feud between them both for a couple years, right? Or from years to years to come. Now, just fast forward to this was May 2016. Troy Ave was performing at the Irving Plaza, set to perform with like T.I., something like that. And Taxstone knew about this. And this is when their beef was like, still going on for all these years, still alive and well. Taxstone and a couple other guys he was with allegedly um, went in there with some firearms. Just basically, who knows the full story, but just basically, looking to just talk to Troy Ave. They meet back in the green room. Words were exchanged. Next thing you know, Taxstone lets off shots. Now, from what was explained on Troy Ave's side, Taxstone let off shots. At Troy Ave's side, a couple bystanders were hit in the process, as well as Troy Ave. Now, this is where the case gets a little strange. Taxstone fired at Troy Ave, hitting him in the leg. He did not want to go out without a fight. So Troy Ave, tries to fight Taxstone while he has a firearm. Allegedly, he claims they fight. Troy Ave ends up taking the gun from him and then tries to fire back. And then that's where you see that famous footage. But by that time, Taxstone kind of like just sprints out and runs away, tries to get out, of course. And while he's escaping, of course, Troy's just letting off crazy shots from Taxstone's gun. So that's the story there. And then why I said what makes it strange, Taxstone ends up getting arrested, of course, for attempted murder. And Troy Ave gets arrested for attempted murder, even though technically it was self-defense because of the situation that y'all just heard. So then there was the whole drama. Troy Ave went to, testify because this was self defense. Like literally, just imagine you get in a fight with somebody, but they come at you with a gun. You literally take the gun, shoot at them, and then they run away, and then you're getting charged with attempted murder. I don't know about you, but of course I'm going to trial. I'm saying, hey, no, this is self defense. You're tripping, but street rules, yada yada. You know how that goes. I don't even want to get into if these snitched or not. That's a whole other video. But that's the case in a nutshell. But yeah, he took it to trial. He beat the whole case, and that was pretty much that whole situation, really, after that. So yeah, there was a whole, this thing about that, if you didn't see it or not, these past couple of years, people arguing about the whole situation. It was pretty crazy. And then Troy Ave dropped a diss song even as well, too, which kind of went under the radar, depending or based off how just crazy the situation was, called Dear Hater I Won, which Jesus Christ, man, you're putting a target on your back with that one. That's some relentless, ruthless shit right there. But anyway, man, let's get into my opinion of this. Prayers up for Taxstone. Even prayers up for Troy Ave, man. This is just a traumatizing, just insane situation. And prayers for everyone who was hurt, traumatized in that situation. Definitely. That's insane. I'm gonna start with Taxstone. Man, I know at the end of the day, y'all some street dudes, and I could never know that mindset of when stuff happens, how to handle it. But let's just start here, man. Like, dude, you're in New York, man. One of the most famous, popular, secured, strict areas law wise. You can't have a gun in the limits of that area at all. Like not even no concealed, no nothing. It's different over there. They're different. As well as you're in a venue that sells alcohol, drinks. That's already not allowed anywhere. So you even doing that is already just God, man. Like that's just not a good look. Plus, you are walking in there with a gun with someone you have beef with, so you know something's about to go down. You should have just avoided that situation as a whole in general. Maybe like took it somewhere else. I don't know, man. That's why the laws are that's why the sentencing is so harsh. Like he's already been arrested in there since 2017, so people were thinking he was gonna get around 20, and he's already been there for what 6 years. So it's gonna go down to like 14, whatever years, and good behavior is gonna cut that in half. Nah, man, you're in New York City, like I said, strict gun laws where nigga, there's no gun you can have in there, not at all, no circumstances unless you're law enforcement. Plus, you're at a concert venue where alcohol and just stuff like that. Nah, they ain't playing. They're not playing with that, man. And I know he probably, of course, was not thinking that through. Probably just in the moment with the beef, and 35 years is just crazy, man. Oh man, I wonder what Troy Ave's thinking about this right now, dude. Like, I want to hear what y'all think, man. Just a crazy situation. Let me know what y'all think.